Chapter 37. Skellig. An endless night, in and out of dreams, in and out of sleep. Dad snoring and snuffling in the room next door. No moon in the sky, endless darkness. The clock at my bedside was surely stuck. All it showed were the dead hours, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, endless minutes between them. No hooting of owls, no calling from Skellig or Mina. Like the whole world was stuck, all of the time was stuck. Then I must have slept properly at last, and I woke to daylight with stinging my eyes, but my heart felt sunken. And then we fought, my dad and I, while we crunched burnt toast and swigged tepid tea. "No," I yelled, "I won't go to school. Why should I? Not today." "You'll do as you're told. You'll do what's best for your mum and the baby. You just want me out of the way so you don't have to think about me and you don't have to worry about me and you can just think about that baby. It isn't fair." Dad kicked the leg of the table and the milk toppled over the table and a jar of jam crashed onto the floor. "See," he yelled, "see what state you've got me in." He raised his fist like he wanted to smash something. Anything. The table. Even me, maybe. "Go to school," he yelled. "Get out of my sight." Then he just reached across and grabbed me to him. "Oh, I love you," he whispered, "I love you," and we both cried and cried and cried. "You could come with me," he said, "but there'd be nothing for you to do, and we just have to wait and pray and believe that everything will be all right." Moments later, Mina came knocking at the door. She had Whisper in her arms. "You've got to come and help me," she said. Dad nodded. "I'll come for you this afternoon," he said. "When the operation's over, go with Mina." She took me to her garden. She gripped Whisper tighter. On the rooftop, the blackbird started yelling its alarm call. "Bad boy," she said to the cat, and she went to the open front door and threw him in and pushed it shut behind him. "The fledglings are out of their nest," she said. "Stay very quiet and still. Watch out for cats." We sat on the front step and didn't move. "Under the hedge," she said, "and under the rose tree by the wall." I started to ask what I was looking for, but then I saw the first of them. Little brown feathered balls with beaks gaping from the darkness underneath the hedge. "This is how they start their life outside the nest," she said. "They can't fly. Their parents still have to feed them, but they're nearly all alone. All they can do is walk and hide in the shadows and wait for their food." The parents came closer, the brown mother to the lowest branch of the tree, the jet black father to the top of the hedge. Worms dangled from their beaks. They called softly to each other, and the fledglings with little clicks and coughs and cheeps. "First day out," whispered Mina. "Think Whisper's had at least one of them already." The parents waited, wary of us. Then at last they dropped into the garden. A fledgling tottered out from beneath the rose bush and let its mother drop a worm into its beak, and then it tottered back again. The father fed the one beneath the hedge. The parents flew away again. "They'll do this all day," said Mina, "flying and feeding all the way until dark. And the same thing tomorrow and tomorrow until the chicks can fly." We stayed watching. "Cats'll get them," she said, "or crows or stupid dogs." Dad came out of our house. He came into Mina's garden. Mina pressed a finger to her lips and opened her eyes wide as a warning. He tiptoed to us. "The fledglings are out of the nest," she whispered. She showed him where to look. "Yes," he whispered. "Yes, yes." He crouched beside us, dead still. "Aren't they lovely?" he said. He cupped my cheek in his hand and we looked deep into each other's eyes. Then he had to go. "Just keep believing," he said, "and everything will be fine." He went to the car and drove from the street as quietly as he could. Mina and I watched and waited as the brown mother and the jet black father flew in and out of the garden, feeding their young.